Mike.
What's
Oh, you
really
got the red
good?
light popping too. That's what's up.
Hey, look, it's the vibe. It's the vibe. It's the vibe.
That shit funny as hell. But you know what I'm saying? Welcome to the Garden State Hip Hop Hour. I know we've been, back and forth a little bit since, we got introduced on, Instagram, I think earlier this year or last year because we're in
Last year.
2021. Yeah, I be forgetting. Time just goes
Hey,
by.
look, I don't forget. I'm happy to get the fuck up out of 2020.
Nah, I feel that. But for anybody who don't know, you're a Grammy nominated, platinum producer, engineer, tour DJ, Drake, Bryson Tiller, Eminem, my life coach, Joe Budden. Uh, so, that's my life coach. That's why I'm podcasting. I couldn't rap like him, but I could podcast like him.
Okay.
Oh wow, we got Bryson Tiller. He tapped in. That man's a legend himself too.
No, absolutely. Make no mistake about it. That's my brother right there. Oh, we got like a little freeze going on.
Thing clicked off.
It's all good.
My shit's. Am I good? You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My fault about that. But like I said, you're all over. You're doing your own thing. In your bio, you have Jersey Club founder, so you definitely have to break that down and what exactly that means to me. Whether, because when you say founder, that means you founded
look,
it.
when I got into the game, I'm one of a few people that put that together. So I'm one of the co-founders of the Brick Bandits. And if you familiar with the Jersey Club movement, we definitely, along with Anthrax, which is DJ Tamil's label at the time, we were pretty much the founders of Jersey Club. It wasn't really happening before we was doing it. It was club music, and it came from everywhere except for Jersey. But then we put our spin on it, and we really made a name for ourselves and put that work in. So I do want to say that, and so everybody knows my stain. Yo, you already know. So everybody knows my stain. Like I did produce the Elmo Club Song back in my heyday. A lot of people gave it credit to Baltimore or Chicago or Philly, but it was actually me who produced it while I was still in high school.
So how do you feel about where Jersey Club is today? Since you're saying you did all that then, and obviously years later, and
You know what's so crazy? Like it never was when it originated. It never was something that was meant for. It just was something for us to do. It was just hype music for us to play at parties, and it just was that. We never knew that it was going to reach the crazy heights that it did. I think what the first connection to like how it affected the world was when I was a part of a production team called the Klasix, and our partner DJ Beastie. Big shout out to DJ Beastie. He did a club song called Robot Rock, and DJ AM actually played it in Vegas, and it was like,
my bad, yo. Hold on 1 second, yo.
It's all good.
He was like begging me to pick him up. Now he's all caught up in the wire, bro. Like doing all this stuff, like after everything that happened last year, and having to adjust to do a lot of stuff from home, whether you got kids, whether you got pets, and they just be
Hey,
you
bro,
gotta work around it.
you got to figure it out. Hey, bro, I lock my door in my studio. The kids can't come. I'm like, look, daddy's on the call. Just relax, just chill. So I get it. I already know what it is.
Yeah.
But
So okay, you were saying again, like, what do you think about where it
so
is today?
the Heights was DJ AM played it in Las Vegas at one of the biggest clubs at the time that he was a resident DJ at, and that was like wow, you know what I'm saying at that point. And when I first moved to LA back in 2014, like I bumped into Rail. Rail told me he had a party going on. He's like, nah, this is happening. But before that, what's the producer names? There's a producer by the name of Trippy Turtle who was doing this stuff, but he's from the Netherlands.
Hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like at that point, I knew like it got too crazy. You talking about a Netherlands DJ doing Jersey club music.
Mm.
So the evolution was beautiful. It went from just playing in clubs in Newark, New Jersey, or around Jersey, because it definitely reached South Jersey, around Jersey to like really hitting stadiums out of the country. And that was like that, you know what I'm saying? That was fly. That was dope. Like I never could have imagined that much.
Yeah, and now it's everything out here. Now it's like the closest thing that people consider that New Jersey has to its own sound. You know what I'm saying?
It's own Jersey movement. And again, bro, I wear Jersey on my back everywhere I go around the world. Where you from? I'm from Jersey. Where you from? From Jersey? You from Philly? Because no, I'm from Jersey. Don't make no mistake about that. But It's the sound. You ever heard the Jersey Club music? I don't have to really ask a second time or describe it to anybody because they know. Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah, I know about that. So I'm happy. I love that.
Where you were doing all the dances?
I was a dancer back in the day. I'm not going to front. Like
Okay, there you go.
you ever heard of the dance group Envy?
It sounds familiar.
So
I
Envy
can't
was
say 100%, but yeah.
a dance group. They done did a bunch of crazy stuff. Shout out to my man Ant from Dance Mogul magazine. But yeah, I used to dance with them early back in my day. And what the way I used to get booked a lot of times, people booked me to DJ parties because I would bring out the dancers. So you know what I'm saying. Obviously, Jersey club music is strict to the dancing. It's super important. So obviously, I definitely dance.
Yeah, and that's why I think with this rise of TikTok and how much dancing is a part of that social media, it's like it gives an extra, not new life, but just it elevates Jersey Club even further because Jersey Club, like you said, it's about the dancing too. And TikTok is about the dancing. So I see it like a chance like for even the older Jersey Club songs to have a new life to them because now you can do these challenges. Now people can see you dancing on a platform that's only about dancing and music for the most part.
That's facts. I feel like yeah, like you said, it'll bring new life to old music, just like it does for just regular rock or pop songs or anything like that that's like super old. Because my daughter, she be coming to me with like, yeah, Dad, play this record. It's like, what you know about this? It's from the 70s. Oh, it's a TikTok record. And it's like, same thing. So it's all about breathing new life into music with TikTok. And that's a great way to look. I didn't think about it, but well, I'm going to say I did think about it so that I ain't got to give you credit.
Nah, you good, man. This is about nobody getting credit. This is just
yeah.
I just love talking about music and I see opportunities there that I'm like, yo, like you talking about Chad Bees, you talking about J Hood, you talking about those people like, yo, it's a chance for you to bring back those songs that already had dances.
Because they're great. And at the end of the day, it's still classic where we come from. Like I got into this music shit because I love it and I wanted to make classic music. I mean, music's gonna play every single year, every single weekend that we're not going to forget. It's embedded. And Jersey club music is that for people of New Jersey and now people across the world. So yeah, it's a chance for the older music that wasn't able to break prior to social media to bring that back and people to enjoy that as well.
Facts. And when you have someone like, credits to yourself, Chad Bees, the J Hoods and shit. But then when you saw what Cookie Kawai did last year with the record and you got Tyga on the record, you have her song being one that's credited with TikTok being what it is today. And it's just another elevation of it.
Which is beautiful. I followed that record as soon as I heard it. And I'm like, wow. Then when she got Tyga on, I'm like, we out of here. And that's the beauty of it. This is not the first time where it's happened. J Hood did that with a lot of stuff that he was doing with Sharaya, and little remixes that was happening with Missy. And we heard Ciara doing it. So it's like it's really it's becoming a lot more mainstream by the minute. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that.
Facts. You gonna get Bryson on the Jersey Club?
You know what? Bryson is hella. When I say hella picky when it comes to music, the best I could do is probably take an acapella and just flip it and just force him into a situation. But that's how we did it anyway. We never asked artists for permission. We just flipped their records. And what you gonna do about it? Fight me. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, if anything, it's giving artists another chance. Is when you take these Pop Smokes or this Fabio songs and you flip them to a Jersey Club song, and the audience that might have not listened to that type of music before, you're breaking it to them. You know what I'm saying? You're able to get into their ears and into, their rotations and their phones, and then they go on and listen to the actual music, So it's a chance to tap in new markets.
It also allows the artists who otherwise wouldn't know nothing about the genre to now be like, yo, that sound kind of fly. Like, I didn't think about that. Or, yo, I actually want to do that now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Nah, that's hard. So, like we're talking about, you worked with all these artists, all these names. Like, who's been your favorite to work with?
I gotta honestly say, it's always gonna be one of the top is definitely Bryson because he changed my life. That's my brother. We spent so much time together over the years. But in more recent time, I gotta say it's my homegirl Gwen Bunn, man. We definitely got like a crazy chemistry. And if you guys don't know who she is, it's at Gwen Bunn. Make sure you check out. We got a great single by called Between the Lines, featuring Faith Evans, a Jersey native as well, which is starting to go up on radio. But yeah, every time we connect, like she's just so easygoing. She knows her stuff. She's classically trained in music, and we can just rock with each other. Like I'm a nerd, you know what I'm saying? And it's cool, you know what I'm saying? So I work
Facts.
best with people who, you know, are cool with nerds, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm a cool nerd, a techie nerd, or whatever. I'm like a hybrid, but it is what it is. But yeah, the music that we make together and how we just connect, man, we really got a nice cohesive energy to us.
Or and when you get in the studio with the people, like how do you build that chemistry with them, and how you know it's gonna work or it's gonna be a hit? You know what I'm saying? Do you
Well,
like blend to them, or do they blend more to you?
well, shit, you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Before you lock in with somebody, you don't know it's just like a blind date, essentially. Uh, you don't know how deep into their craft they are, and then the way I get cool with artists is I ask questions like we in here to do music together. I gotta know you. This is intimacy. You know what I'm saying? When we really gotta, you know what I'm saying, build your build up however you build up in the privacy of your home, but you doing it in front of somebody and with somebody. So it's like you got to give me your goods and I got to give you mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about being comfortable. So series of conversations, you know what I'm saying? Some libations never hurts. You know what I'm saying? And just get into your comfort zone, whatever make you feel comfortable when you do music.
Nah, yeah, that's hard. And I gotta ask, like I said, it's my life coach, Joe Budden. Did you actually like work hand in hand with him, or did he just come across one of your beats, or how did that?
Oh, nah, we worked hand in hand, man. So like as I said earlier, I worked as a part of a production team called the Klasix. It was me, my brother Day, and DJ Beastie, and this is back in the early 2000s before Joe Budden released Music 3, because that's what we worked on, and so he went to like a beat battle and he thought he heard mad fire stuff, and when he took it home, it was whack to him.
Uh,
And our manager at the time, Drew Cartier, he was like, "Yo, bro, you gotta work with my artists. They from your state. You from Jersey City, they from Newark, they right there. I need to rock out with each other. Like you keep dodging." So we linked up. He liked what he heard, and then after that, like we was really rocking out for like we was in the studio every day for months. You know what I'm saying? Working on that project, and me and my partner was helping with the engineering. We was shooting his content. We
mm.
made his DVD for Music 3. Even the records that were like beats that were sent to him that were like halfway produced, we finished. We sequenced them. We put them all together. You know, I even rapped on one of the records on Music 3. Like obviously Joe wrote it,
Oh,
but
you
you know
wait, which song you
I
rapped
was the
on?
voice. What is the guy record? I call it the guy record. The just believe in me. Anyway, it's a record where he's talking to God, and I was acting as God.
Oh, that's hard. Yeah, that Moon Music series is classic.
No,
Like
absolutely, absolutely.
like I be putting people on all the time to this day because they just still that Pump It Up Joe or now Media Joe. They don't realize like that body of work. Like Dear Diary is one of my favorite songs of all time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
You
we
know?
we we, we produced that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, me and Dave produced that. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I mean by life coach, because I know the shit he be speaking and the song like that's track he did with Sue Surf too, like yeah, they was going crazy. But so what do you be working on these days? I see all them plaques behind you. What is that? We always see.
We got Trapsoul double
Mm.
platinum, which is probably triple platinum right now. We got True to Self, and we got Trapsoul my first platinum plaque, which was the Trapsoul single platinum, and the double platinum plaque is in the middle.
So all
So
Bryson plaques. How'd you link
yeah.
up with him originally?
So Bryson's manager, my homie Neil, is he's from Jersey.
Hmm.
So he's originally from Irvington, and so we linked up like back in the day because he came out to manage he wanted to manage me and my partner the Klasix, and at the time he had another producer by the name of my boy Hugh, call him Hugh. Um, so it was like it's kind of a conflict of interest. I don't want to be a part of a group, and whatever. So, but we definitely kept in contact. We knew a lot of the same people. He promoted parties, so obviously I was the guy to fuck him around when it came to DJing. Um, so when I moved to LA, he was already in LA. At this time, he's already been managing. Sorry, assisting Diddy this entire time, and he also helped start Revolt. So he had his hands in a lot of things. So he's like, yo, bro, I heard that you out here, you engineer, you produce. I need you to be, I got this artist, he's the next up. I need you to be his 40. I said, I bet. He played the record. It was dope. I was like, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what I'm saying? It's dope. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, all right, it is what it is. I'm here to network. I'm here to rock out. And then I met him, and at this time I was working at Time Warner Cable. So when I first moved out to LA, so I'm on my I didn't even take a break. I just left my desk to go talk to him in the other room. So when we linked up, it was cool. He played me a bunch of records, and he played me Sorry Not Sorry because he had that done already, and I lost it. I said, bro. He played me other records that he was just fucking around with at the time, and I'm like, yeah, I really rock out with you, bro. Like, you not only talented, but you talking that stuff. I like the R&B that you talking about. It's like the old R&B where people are leaving things up to the mind, but you saying things in a witty way. It ain't just no shade to Chris Brown, but these hoes ain't loyal. It ain't that. You actually showing a little more respect for women. So after a couple of sessions, he was like, yo, bro, I really rock out with you, bro. You really intuitive. You see what I need before I even ask, or you know exactly what I need touched up, and you just understand, but you ain't taking charge of the music, but you complimenting it. I'm like, I understand. I rock out with music. I'm not trying to take away from your craft. So after a couple of weeks of rocking out, he was like, yo, bro, I know you just started your job or whatever. Can you, I'm going to Miami. Can you come with me? Like, I don't like engineers like that. And we already got a vibe. You know what I'm saying? If you can come down for the weekend, that'd be great. Let me know. So I called my wife. I'm like, the day they want me to leave, I just get off probation. Like, should I go? And I said, wait a minute. Nah, I'm going. So went down there. We had a couple of sessions. We mixed a couple records off Trapsoul. And from that point, we was locked in. And my manager, Neil, was like, yo, just rock out with us, bro. I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. I'm going to make sure X, Y, and Z. And at this time, he's just my man. He's not my manager because he manages me now. But he was just my man. He was like, look, we good, da-da-da-da. And, it's Jersey. It's love. It is what it is. So I stayed on, and it ended up being history. From then, I end up going into mixing Trapsoul along with my homie Fabian, the OG Fabian. Let me say that. Yeah, he took me on the road because he wanted to have that consistent sound, that synergy that we had in making his vocal sound amazing in Trapsoul. He was like, yo, I want to be on the road. I need you to do that for me. So I was that. Not quite his tour DJ at the time, but then it was like, we start doing after parties. I'm an after party DJ now. You know what I'm saying? So we just started going up like that, and then after we started touring, it just became, more the job started to grow.
That's hard. And you mentioned a couple of things, and this is weird because there was Jersey artists don't be getting on crazy like that all the time, but it seems like we have an impact in so many other ways. The songwriters, engineers, producers, behind the scenes, Jersey is heavy.
Heavy. Listen, hey, bro, let me tell you, every time it's really random fact season, random Jersey fact season when I'm around, when I'm in a building. Like we just was everybody always talking shit. My squad always talking shit when we go somewhere like, yo, fuck Jersey, da da da. They let her play what's that?
The Chief Keef song?
The Chief Keef. I'm about to blow New Jersey.
Blow New Jersey out, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, you always talking shit. So over the weekend, not the weekend, but Super Bowl weekend, we was down in Tampa because Bryson had a performance with Shaq for Shaq Bowl. So I'm like, all right, talk shit now. We in Shaq's house. You know Shaq from Jersey.
I know you have to say another Jersey, yeah.
Exactly. So it's so crazy how many nooks and crannies people from Jersey are. Like I said, Faith Evans is from Jersey. Shaq is from Jersey. We got my homie Neil. He's from Jersey. He's you know what I'm saying? He's going up. Like it's so many songwriters, so many producers that just keep 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 going up, and low key people. Like
Mm-hmm.
I went to arts high school, so a lot of cats. I had some homies that was on Lauryn Hill's album. Lauryn Hill's from Jersey, which is a
She
classic
went
artist.
diamond today, right? Like her album went like diamond.
Which it should have went down already, but you know what I'm saying? Big shot to Lauryn Hill, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my goodness. So that's amazing. But yeah, it's a lot of behind the scenes cats that work within the industry.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like you said, like I'll be running around and meeting people like, oh, Jersey, Jersey, Jersey. But it seems like
Like,
the
you from
artists just have
Jersey?
like a little bit harder of a time getting on. But behind the scenes, it's heavy.
I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like people don't be scared to claim Jersey, or they gotta claim New York. But it's like, if you claim wherever you from hard enough, bro, and you that popping, like take Bryson for instance. Who is thinking about Louisville, Kentucky? Like prior to this, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You had Static Major, but the biggest person to come out of Louisville was Muhammad Ali. But as far as music, it wasn't really that. He put it on the map. He kept shotting it. He was talking 502 come up when I'm like, yo, what area code is that? So Jersey artists, like, don't be afraid to rep where you from, because this is Jersey. This is an amazing place. You know what I'm saying? Well, not this is an amazing place, but Jersey is an amazing place.
Nah, yeah, I
Jersey's
know what you're
not
saying.
Jersey. Yeah. But
Yeah, I know you
yeah.
left us. What's up?
Hey, let me tell you something, bro. I got sick of that cold. I got sick of that cold, man.
Bro,
Eh,
but we won a few places right now that's not too cold. The rest of this country is in like under the snow. Like,
Hey, I ain't got no. I don't have no comment on all that. I just make sure I stay out the way. So, but
nah,
nah,
I feel that.
sometimes you gotta relocate, put yourself in the right position to get on. Like I was in Jersey for a minute when I messed with Joe Budden, when I was doing stuff with him, and you know when we started to do stuff with Slaughterhouse. Like at that point, we kind of hit like a brick wall, and a lot of our connections at the labels, everybody was getting jobs in LA, and it was like, yo, come out here. And one time, you know, we went out to LA, and the amount of work that we got done in a week was more than I was able to get done in the past couple of years at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sending emails anymore. I'm in the studio session. I'm in VIP with Chris Brown. I'm here with, you know, platinum producers. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm taking shots with J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I'm in the right situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from there, I'm like, I gotta move to La La Land. It took me a couple of years after that to actually get up and move, but I did it, and you know, I never looked back since.
Nah, facts. And so the Infinite Nudist asks, how do you deal with artists that you don't necessarily click with?
To be honest, I don't rock with artists that I don't click with. Like they
Mm.
not in my vicinity. Like my vibe is so. It's never a situation where artists don't rock with me or I don't rock with artists. I understand people, so I'm not about to. I don't know, man. It's not like I can't even really think of an example, but unfortunately, fortunately, that's not my story to like
Mm.
rock with or not rock with artists that I'm doing work with, because I take my work seriously. Sometimes it's a more pleasurable experience. We can joke around and we can have fun and take shots, drink. And sometimes it's like, all right, let's just get to the point. You know what I'm saying? It's all dependent on the person, and I'm good either way because I know I'm gonna get the job done. I just have to work around whatever the environment requires me to do, and I'm really flexible. Pause when it comes to being able to cater to my clients. And I look at it like it's a job. Like, don't get me wrong, we be chilling, we be laughing, we having fun, but I take my work seriously. This is my work. I
Mm-hmm.
dedicated my life to this.
Yeah, but have you ever been in a studio and maybe just the chemistry wasn't there? Or is that kind of like the same what you just said?
Uh, Sort of like how I just say, like people either fall back or they just switch up. Again, I make my presence felt, and I also make, and I'm not so like such an overbearing character to the point where I have to compete against somebody. Like, I'll fall back. Cool. It's your world. We'll do it. Or, you know what I'm saying? However, we need to get it done. But it's always comfortable. So I always get another side of an artist. Like, yo, you work with this person. They may be an asshole. I can't think of a person, but yeah, I'm like, nah, that was cool. We had a good time. We got work done.
Word. Strain Beats asks, what are you usually looking for in a new artist or producer?
Oh man, so as far as a new artist, it's something that leaves them solid. I think some record exec some years ago told me it's the outstanding voice that does it for me. So an artist that has a complimentary voice. You know what I'm saying? Just something that just stands out. Not the same type of voice. You know how like there's singers, vocalists that sound alike. I won't point them out, but you've heard it before. Like, oh, this sounds like that song. Like, oh, I thought this was this artist that was singing this song. Like, no, that same sound. Now, finding a artist that doesn't sound anywhere near that. So I'm always trying to go against the grain. So when you do go against the grain, you find something outstanding because it is outstanding. So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for producers as well to do things that I can't readily find. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of trap producers out there, people who, you sound great, but y'all all sound alike. I'm trying to sound like, what makes you different than this other person? Do you play an instrument? You know what I'm saying? Are you doing sound design? Does your sound super crazy? Are you picking different chord progressions that may not be what people are usually doing, but you making them sound crazy? I'm always looking for something that catches my eye, and I listen to enough music, and I know the scope of music, because music and the game, it comes back around. You know what I'm saying? And things reoccur. Like Michael Jackson is dead, but the closest thing to Michael Jackson we got right now is The Weeknd, right? As far as like, sonically. So, and stardom, it comes back around. We're going to need, what I'm saying? God forbid something happens to any artist, we're going to need somebody to replace them. All right, so Lil' Kim is out the game. We need another female artist. We got Nicki, right? Then then it evolved to Cardi, and then it's Megan, and then, you know what I'm saying? And then it's all these different players that take from, replace, or fit into a slot where another artist was. So it's a little bit between giving me something that's been missing plus being outstanding.
Word. And I'm assuming last year, like all of us were in the house a lot more often, you know what I'm saying? So were you able to discover more artists last year? Is there anyone that we should be on the lookout for that you found?
If I did, I wouldn't say, but no, I'm joking. But
we just trying to listen to.
nah. I was put onto a bunch of different producers. I started working with Strain Beats. To be honest, he's a dope producer. He makes crazy samples. We got a lot of collaborations. Yeah, I found some really dope producers. Okay, my partner is representing another artist by the name of Rakaya. She's from Jersey, and she's becoming like near and dear to my heart because she's crazy, ill writer with the pen. She's from Essex County, so that's been crazy. Like, old girl is super talented. Like, black girl singing R&B, soul, but she also speaks and makes music in Korean, son. She pens K-pop.
I'm trying to think. The name sounds a little bit familiar. You have to send me the Instagram after this so I can check it out. Because K-pop right now,
absolutely.
that K-pop is worldwide. Like, if you could tap into that market, look what them was it BTS kid, that group is doing. You know
what I'm saying? Like, so we already locking in, we already tapping in. So it's just super crazy, man. So I'm really strict about what I give my attention to, mainly because I'm super influential. So if I dive into a bunch of different artists, then I'm just gonna absorb some of the sound and start creating like that. So if I got like a particular goal, then I'm gonna just lock in on that just so I can complete. Because I'm always working. Even now, like I'm working, I'm being inspired just by having this conversation. Is making me think different things. So, I just want to make sure I kind of control what I'm inspired by.
And I hope these artists from out here are reaching out to you. You know what I'm saying? Because
it
seems like you hit me up like, yo, if you have any dope Jersey artists, send them my way. Like, so I was like, oh, wow, this guy's, no matter where he's at right now, he's still looking back,
Yeah, hey, look, my life's mission is to make sure that I do as much for Jersey or inspire the people to come out of Jersey, because I came from there. I had a lot of friends that weren't able to make it in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're no longer living with us. All because they didn't have outlets. They couldn't do certain things. They were very, very capable, like I am, but they didn't have the outlets. They didn't have the resources. So what I want to do is provide resources and be a light for, my brethren in Jersey, so that they can add to the fight that I'm doing, which is putting Jersey on the map and just inspire more people. Because at the end of the day, again, Jersey is amazing. It breeds so much amazing talent, so many beautiful people. It made me. I took my influences and I changed them into something that the world can feel, experience, and be influenced by. And I have to give back. You know what I'm saying? I never
Word.
forgot where I came from.
Nah, I appreciate it. That's why, we tapped in together, and I appreciate that. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
nah, I appreciate you for, what I'm saying, for bringing me a part of your outlet.
Nah, of course. And so you're adding another notch to your belt. I seen like you're doing YouTube videos now.
Yeah. So naturally, so vlogging was sort of a thing that I kind of was doing with just like when I was on tour and everything like that. A lot of people was like tapped in, just seeing what's happening, what my day to day is like, and so on and so forth. So it's like, I want to start doing that again, but it's like I never really had the time because I wear a lot of hats. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just so on the money, keep going. If I'm not on the road, I'm not in the studio, I'm home, being a husband, being a, a father. And, what I'm saying? If I'm not producing, I'm mixing. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not doing that, I'm consulting. If I'm not doing that, then I'm mastering. Like it's always something that I'm doing or DJing. You know what I'm saying? So it's with the quarantine, with all that happened, I'm like, all right, well, they won't let me go to my studio. They shut it down, and we ain't going on tour, and it's a lot of things that we ain't doing. It's like I'm not DJing at clubs. I can't do that. All right, what can I do? All right, so I started DJing on IG, and then that got hot because all the copyright infringement. So it was blocking, shadow blocking people, and taking down content and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for outlets. I'm like, yo, they've been telling me, you should make a YouTube page. You should do that. You should do this. You should do that. You know what? Why don't you do? So I actually got around to start one. It was just all about finding the time because when I wanted to start it, shit behind the scenes started to pick up. So I was getting more sessions. I was getting more, working with other artists. So it's like I couldn't really have time. So now it's just marrying the time to make it all make sense. So it's like, my YouTube page is about a little bridge between little tutorials and giving people a window into the industry through my perspective. You know what I'm saying? As a person who is a DJ, who is a producer, who is a mix and mastering engineer. So it's just like just giving you that window, just the day to day, or just a guy that's traveling, just living his life. So,
All right, next we're gonna see you on Twitch.
let me tell you, man. Let me tell you, they really trying to bring me out to do a few, but I think Twitch will probably be like the best move as far as like the outlet for DJing,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they're going crazy. So of all these different roles and hats you wear, which is your favorite? Which is your most passionate?
Pick a day. You know what I'm saying? Just pick a day. Like randomly, like my wife was tripping, like she wasn't tripping, but I just got up and just started DJing like late. You know what I'm saying? Just got up, we started turning up, you know what I'm saying? Just out of nowhere. I love DJing. That was my introduction into music. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness for my father who taught me how to DJ. Big shout out to Chichi. So that was my beginning. Then after that, I used that to learn more about music when I went to arts high school, when I was classically trained and, learned how to sing and learn how to read and write music, and went on to college to pursue it. And at that point I was producing in high school, and production is creation, man. DJing is manipulation, but then you can marry the two because you get to play what you make, you know what I'm saying? So it's I love it all, man. And I feel like and to be honest, they all go hand in hand because from the studio to making it sound good to the club, I'm a part of all of those chains, you know what I'm saying? So and that's just fun to me, man. I enjoy it. Sometimes I be in the studio so much, I be like, man, I gotta go to the club. I want to DJ a party, man. I want to go do, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, yo, I'm tired of DJing, bro. I want to go make some music, you know what I'm saying? So it happens like that, and that's like, it's a gift and a curse because it's a tug of war, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you've been doing it long enough that I'm assuming that you kind of got the balance part of it a little bit more figured out.
I mean, a little bit more figured out.
Damn, bro, so there's no hope for us.
Hey, bro, I don't listen. I don't have no answers for that, man. But no, it's all about really having having a balance, and I'm constantly struggling with balance. It's not like a automated thing, and I think that's one of the dopest things about it all, because I don't have it figured out. So it's still scary. I can still fuck it all the way up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I can still fuck it all the way up in a good way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that keep me on my toes. So I'm grateful for that.
And that's a relief to hear, because every day I'm like, damn, man, one day I hope to figure out how to balance all these different things. But you know what I'm saying? If you're telling me it's still like that, then I'm like, all right, cool.
Nah, but look, imagine I kind of had my life together,
Yeah.
but then COVID happened. So now I got to figure things out post COVID. So it's like it's always going to be something. So you only can balance what you can see. If you juggling, you all good. I'm lit. I got all this stuff juggled, but then a gust of wind blows that never happened before. So now you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta still keep them up like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's an ongoing thing. I think we're gonna struggle until we die. That's just, I mean, not struggle like in a bad way.
No,
but
I know what you're saying.
There's always going to be some sort of give and take. There's always going to be some work to be done until we die. And I'm becoming one with that idea.
Yeah, and word. So for anyone who's not really tapped in with you, what would you say are your 5 favorite songs that you've done?
Changed My Life was March 14th, which was off of Drake's album. Right My Wrongs with Bryson Tiller. Between the Lines with Gwen Bunn, I Like Girls by P&B Rock, along with my brothers, the producer with me. Warfare with Joe Budden. What else? Man. Oh, Elmo Song.
Yo,
Hey, look.
Elmo and Drake, you lit.
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. These are all records that did something to change my life. And did I name 5?
Yeah, you named 5. Then you kept going, so I'm letting him keep
Okay,
going.
yeah.
So Elmo would have been a 6th song that you named.
Yeah. So Elmo was a like that's what got me in the game for real. You know what I'm saying? Of like acclaim. That was the biggest. That's probably one of the biggest records I ever did.
How do you even like? Luckily, you went on to have a really successful career, but like that bar is set really high from the jump with that.
You know what I'm saying? The best thing to do is just switch the game. Like I just switched the genre. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I could ever top Elmo Song as far as like the club music, but I just switched the genre. So on and so forth.
Word. Strain asked how the connection with Drake happened.
So through working with Tiller, like I got really cool with Boy Wonder, and with who I met back in the day, like when I was going up to the Universal offices in New York. I actually met him the first time that he came to the U.S. Well, on some music shit with Drake. So from then, we just was like really rocking out with each other. So I would send him music and send samples, and we actually had what is the record? So me and Boy Wonder did a record with and he called me. He was like, "Yo, this is right before we was going on tour." He was like, "Yo, you by yourself?" I'm like, "Nah, but I could be by myself." So it's like, "Yo, go to the bathroom," or something like that. So I went to the bathroom, and he was like, "Yo, you good?" I said, "Yeah, the door's locked." He was like, he played me this beat that we did where we sample Toronto artist by the name of Glenn Lewis, was a crazy R&B artist. We sampled him and we flipped it, and it went crazy. He's playing me Drake's vocals, unheard Drake vocals. No one has ever heard these vocals at this time, and I'm going crazy. It's like we on FaceTime audio, it's kind of dropping out. I'm like, oh shit, I'm just trying to get service. Like all that is happening. And he's like, yo, we got one, bro. This is definitely going to be on the album. So kind of find out that those were the vocals for I'm Upset. So we did the original I'm Upset. So it didn't have a title, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying? At the time, it was later that he ended up switching the beat, going with the another beat. And then the album came out And like as we was getting to the date, I knew I was gonna be on Scorpion, so I'm like, yo, bro, I know I had one in the bag, like so. And like it happens a lot of times, like things switch up. So I calls one. I'm like, yo, bro, like how we looking? Everything's still looking. He like, nah, bro, we not we, you know, he cut the record, or he recut the record, and it was actually that record that came out months before. And at this time, it was like a month before Scorpion dropped. So I'm like, damn, bro, all right, whatever. All right, let me just keep submitting some stuff, and working. And the album dropped, and I already knew we wasn't on the album, so my partner called me because we did this record. We sampled Boys to Men, me, my boy Ness, my boy Hugh, my boy A Rod, and I can't think of my man, bro. It's gonna come to me. So we sampled Boys to Men. As soon as I did it, I sent it to Wonder. He was like, yo, this shit crazy. I'm sending it to Drake right now.
Mm.
So he sent it. Everything's in the dark. He tells me it doesn't make the album. So anyway, Drake's puts that record on top of another record. So he combines it with another record that T Minus did. So my boy hears the album like, yo, congratulations. I'm like, yo, bro, stop playing me, bro. I spoke to Wonder. He said it wasn't on the album. It was. So, we did all of the paperwork and everything retroactively, whatever, and everything, worked out fine. It was great. And that's how it happened. So last minute made the album. I'm so grateful. You know what I'm saying? The album was nominated for a Grammy in addition, like several Grammys. So it just ended up working out. So so that was
y'all
good.
had that real life DJ Khaled, the Drake vocals came in type moment.
Hey, bro, just last minute, the audible, man. So whoever was responsible for that. But from what I understand, like after excuse me. So in this game, like shit exchanged a lot of hands, and a lot of people work on projects. From what I understand, what we did was always going to be on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is something like Drake constantly played, which is probably why a lot of his it meant a lot to him. So which is probably why a lot of marketing went into what our contribution was. So there's billboards that saying I'm changing from boys to men, which is the sample that we use, like from the boy to the man, which is the name of the record the original beat that we produced and sent over to him. That was the title. So they just kept using that because it meant a lot. It was something that really resonated, and we made it because it was a resonating thing. So the concept is what got us the placement. So
Nah, that's amazing, man, and like nothing but congratulations on all the success you have had, man. I really appreciate you, coming on here and sharing all these stories with us and with me.
Absolutely. Like people got to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm grateful that you got the platform and we can do this on. And yeah, it was a fun story to tell.
Nah, I appreciate you. Is anything you want the people to know before we get out of here? Any closing message?
Absolutely. If y'all not following me already, make sure you follow me. It's at the Black Mike. You see it right there at the bottom. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got stuff coming out almost weekly. If I don't, it's mainly because I'm super busy. But I got I'm backed up a bunch of content that I got. Anyway. That's the problem with having like a bald head, bro. Everything shows. But yeah, follow me on my YouTube page. It's the Black Mike TV on YouTube. I'm the Black Mike TV. So just yeah, and keep a lookout, man. Keep a lookout for any new stuff coming out. If you are an amazing, dope rapper, R&B singer, I'm looking for outstandingness. Make sure that you hit me up. If you need any of my services, if your music sounds whack because it don't sound mixed, come mess with your boy. That's what I do. I know I make things sound good. I make you sound better. So, I wear a bunch of hats, man. So yeah, just holler at me, man. So
If they want beats from you, you're on BeatStars too, right?
I do. I don't really service my BeatStars as much because I just like exclusivity. You know what I'm saying? I hate the fact I hate the idea of constantly sending tracks out to people, but every once in a while throughout the year I do have rates that are definitely dope for indie artists, affordable for indie artists to come hit me up on. So I encourage you to hit me up. I'll let you know when I'll be doing those races, or whether at the moment I'm entertaining those races, and let me know what your budget is. We can work on some things. So just holler at me. I'm not hard to get in contact with. I'm not hard to approach. But yeah, I'm here.
Yo, man, like I said, I really appreciate you coming on here. For anyone, like you said, tap in the Black Mike Instagram, YouTube, the Black Mike TV. If you're from Jersey, you need to get in tune with this man because like
Hey
we
man,
gotta.
I tried to told y'all.
So, you know what I'm saying? He told us all these dope stories about the different artists he worked with. So if you didn't catch this whole Instagram live, it'll be on my IGTV within a day or two. I'm going to add it to my YouTube as well. So once again,
Likewise.
my man, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, Rich, for this opportunity. And
Yes,
to
sir.
everybody, DM me, hit me up. If not, peace. Later.
Peace.